everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Jamie, and today I wanted to give a video review on this new Charlotte's Beautiful Skin foundation. I've been a long time lover of Charlotte Tilbury products. I actually have two other foundations from them, so I figured we could do some comparisons to that. I'll do a demo trying this on. Spoiler alert, it's on my face right now. And I'm gonna do a wear test and tell you guys how this wears. It's only my first impressions, it's my first day having it, but I'm very excited about this. I was awaiting this when I saw it on Trendmood. I'm just so excited for this to come out. So just so you know a little bit about me, I'm Jamie. I have a makeup channel. I'm very in love with everything makeup. I'm kind of artistic, so I feel like makeup for me is just like painting on my face as a canvas. So I always use that excuse anyway to really feed my addiction or just my love of collecting makeup, let's say. But I am 40 years old. I have dry to normal skin. In the winter, it definitely gets drier. I have an Italian heritage, so my skin does tan really well. It definitely have like an olive undertone to my skin. So finding colors, I feel like often I'm pushed to warm colors rather than neutral. Neutral sometimes can run a little pink. For my skin, I'm pushed into the warm zone, and I feel like there's not many olive undertone foundations. So that's really where I sit in the valley of foundations, and I figure I just wanted to give you that background, tell you a little history, and then we'll get into this and see. I mean, obviously, I think you can see right now, just looking, I feel like it's a really good color match to me. So let's find out what I got and why. So I picked up this Charlotte's Beautiful Skin foundation. I got it actually from Space NK when it first launched. Took a couple days to get to me. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, so it had to come all the way over to the US from the UK, and it came pretty quickly, maybe like 4 days or 5 days. Anyway, it felt like an eternity when you're trying to get a video up and you want to get the latest and greatest reviewed on your channel. But anyway, why was I so interested in this? Because let me read you the description. This is a buildable medium coverage hydrating foundation for a beautiful, healthy looking glow. I love a glow. I picked the color 4 Warm, and it says 4 Warm is perfect for fair medium skin with yellow undertones. So that is why I picked this shade, and it is really a pretty good match for me, I feel like. Now, when I move to summertime, I might have to go up a couple shades, but this is perfect for winter. I actually have no fake tan on, haven't been out in the sun in forever. It's really sad, but I'm sitting here by a window and you're actually seeing this in natural daylight right now. So this is what it looks like on. Like I said, I do a demo at the end of the video, so you can watch that and then catch my final thoughts and wear test. But 4 Warm is this shade right here. Let's do a little bit of a comparison. I talked to you about the packaging. It's very much like the Estee Lauder Hydro Skin or Future foundation. So similar packaging with a pump. I like that. I heard that you can also, you can unscrew this, so you can squeeze out every last drop of the foundation when you need to. So that's really cool. And now that I've done that, I'm gonna have to pump it a bunch to get the product, or actually there's a little bit left in here, but anyway, what it's doing is it's just getting all the oxygen out of here, and then you're just kind of squeezing out the foundation into the pump. So I really like this shade. I thought it's beautiful. It's a very hydrating formula. I'm sure you can see that. Well, you might not be able to tell, but it's really like glowy and hydrating. I actually had to set this down. I set it on the perimeter of my face, but not in the center of my face. The center of my face is still pretty glowy. You can see there. I do have a concealer on, but I don't put my concealer down here, so you can still see. I like my face to be a little bit glowy, so reading the description of this, I was really excited about it. So this is 4 Warm. It definitely pulls, you know, pretty warm, almost a little bit orangey, which I don't really love, but I know it's the battle with all foundations. I was really worried about this one because I heard people say, you know, use the foundation finder on Charlotte Tilbury, and when I did that, although I had already ordered 4 Warm, it was telling me 5 Neutral, and I'm like, oh, damn it, what have I done? But I think I'm great with 4 warm. This seems like a really good match for me. So excited about it. It did oxidize just a little bit, I feel like, which I'm cool with because like when I first got it, I was worried it was too light. So I am good with what it settles into. When it hits the air like this, I feel like it oxidized just a little bit, which is all right. It just pulls slightly orange. So yeah, just make sure that when you say warm, you really have warm, you don't have neutral, because this is going to be really thrown off. So in the Light Wonder foundation, this one I feel like is definitely lighter and just more hydrating maybe than the other one. They're both hydrating, but I feel like this coverage is a little bit lighter. And for fair in the Light Wonder is right here. I feel like it doesn't really look like it right now, but I say For Fair looks a little bit light on me for some reason, the way that it blends out on my skin. And then this For Warm is looking perfect, is a perfect color match. So anyway, just wanted to tell you that I feel like this is a little bit more light coverage, and it is so much more moisturizing, like kind of like oil based. Like this one is very moisturizing, still leaves glowy, but it has more coverage. This one, you're just kind of really left with this light, glowy, kind of oily finish, which I don't mind at all. I like this, but I'm just trying to explain to you the differences. So right now on first impressions, I mean, I just put this on a little while ago, like maybe an hour ago, so I can't give a wear test at all. But right now, out of these two, I'm leaning more towards this one, just because I like that it's got a little bit more coverage and it's not as slick on my face. So that's where I am right now. But like I said, I did have to powder it. Then this is like one of my favorite foundations that came out of nowhere for me, because this one is like more of a full buildable, you could build it up to a full coverage, but I can thin it out and just wear it as a medium coverage, and I can get the longest wear out of this, and it always looks beautiful on me. So don't be scared of this. This is the Airbrush Flawless foundation, and I have mine in the color 4 Warm again. I seem to really fit into this 4 color story, but this one looks really light as well. I feel like, wow, look at it compared to everything else. I mean, it definitely looks really light. When I shear this out, and maybe it oxidizes a little bit because I don't feel like it looks that light on my skin, but I often will mix like a liquid bronzer or a liquid highlighter, different things into my foundations. So just look at the difference. So 4 Warm, 4 Warm, 4 Warm. And this, it leaves like a natural finish, but you can see it's definitely much more high coverage, but you can really blend this out. It's one of my favorite foundations. So I really like a glowy finish, but this natural finish is really nice. I just put a glowier primer on underneath it, and I love it. But anyway, so I want to show you color comparison. You can't even, these two have like blended into my skin, and then this one's just a little bit lighter. So okay, so and then just a little bit more about this. This is $44, and you can pick it up at Sephora and at charlottetilbury.com /NK, all the different, probably Beautylish, wherever they sell Charlotte Tilbury, it's now available. And I really like the bottle. I really like the packaging. I think it's, fits the Charlotte Tilbury line. It doesn't have a strong scent at all, maybe just like a slight scent. It dissipates. It's not annoying at all. I can't smell it. I never smelled it when I put it on. And upon first application, like I said, you'll see the demo, but so far so good. It did sink into my lines a little bit, so I did have to set it, but so far so good. So let's jump into the demo, and then I'll do the wear test, and I'll finish with my final thoughts. So let's try putting this foundation on. So this is the Beautiful Skin foundation. I think I've told you guys before, but this is 4 Warm. This is my first time putting it on, so I'm really excited to see how this applies. I have my BK Beauty 101 brush that I'm planning on applying it with, and I am gonna put just a pump. That was 1 pump on the back of my hand, and let's see how far this takes me. We will see. I think that the color looked like a pretty good color match. I wear 4 Warm in some of the other foundations that she has. So then I heard people saying that they used the shade finder online, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't do that. Did I pick the wrong shade? So I was freaking out there for a minute, thinking if I wanted to go pick it up in 5 Neutral. Also, when it first released, it was available on Space NK. I'm doing another pump. I have to do another pump. It's just not, I guess maybe it's sinking into the brush a little bit. I'm losing a little bit of coverage. So anyway, I originally ordered it off Space NK, which is in the UK. So they're shipping to me, and it was taking a couple days, and then all of a sudden it released on Charlotte Tilbury and then on Sephora, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is it gonna take too long? Because it was just saying it wasn't gonna get here until Monday, but then it ended up showing up on Friday. So it is Saturday now, and I am filming this for you guys. I'm very excited to use this. I've been looking forward to this and wanting it really badly. So all right, the foundation, the coverage with the brush is okay. It's not the best coverage. Sometimes I like to use my hands, so maybe I'm just gonna use my hands to finish this off. I probably should have just started with my hands, but at this point, I'm just gonna do it. Just because I like the way that it looks when I'm able to blend it in a little bit more. And I don't want to use a sponge because of the consistency of this foundation. I don't think I need a sponge. I don't want the sponge to soak up too much of the product. It's looking really nice. It's looking hydrating. It feels good on the skin. It feels moisturizing, not dry at all. Creamy. Seems to apply smoothly. No trouble so far. I definitely like the fact that it seems hydrating. That is what I go for. And it seems to be like a medium coverage. You can shear it out. I often like to apply things with my fingers because I feel like they just blend into the skin. It warms it up a little bit better. So far so good. It's like, it's glowy, it looks natural, just you know, a little tint to my skin to even it out. Doesn't look like too heavy, probably like a light medium coverage, I would say. That's what I've put on anyway. You can still see, you know, everything through my skin, but it looks really, really pretty. It just looks perfected. So far so good. Didn't have any problems with it. Yeah, it's light. You can definitely see the fact that it's light coverage, like on my nose. But that's what it looks like. It just looks beautiful. It looks really, really like it just perfected my skin. So far, I'm really liking this. So I'm gonna keep it like this, and I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you guys more of what it looks like. All right, so I'm back and makeup is done. So I have everything on, but I haven't put any powder on this, and it is really glowy, really shiny. I did notice that it was settling a little bit in my fine lines on my forehead. Didn't really see it in my 11s, but mainly in just these forehead lines here is where I was seeing some settling. So all I did was kind of tap it out, but this is still like sticky, kind of tacky. I did really moisturize before I put this on. I put Charlotte's Magic Cream down as a primer. So that could possibly be why my skin is just like ultra hydrated. So it's not like sinking in and then settling down like that. But if I didn't put that on, it might actually wear better because it'd be wearing like a moisturizer. But anyway, I'll try that maybe tomorrow, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on this because I'm really excited. But in the meantime, I do kind of want to set this down a little bit, especially like on my forehead and then on my chin around here. I'm gonna leave, I think, the middle of my face untouched, but I do want to do the rest. So I'm gonna use actually a puff and my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. And I have the number 2, which kind of makes me nervous because I haven't used it in a while and I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm going to use it on the perimeter of my face, not the center of my face. I definitely wouldn't use it there. So unfortunately, I didn't pick up number 1 and I've just had this number 2 for quite some time. So I want to use it up, but I haven't used it up as much as I would want to. So anyway, that's not what this video is about. And I'm going to use it on my forehead and my chin under here. And that's definitely a lot better, a lot better. Sometimes I don't like to use darker colors like around my mouth. I don't want to emphasize that at all. Okay, so I think that's good for now. I just don't want to use anything under my eyes. I'm going to let that wear. It's still a little glowy under here, which is not always perfect, but oh, and I didn't put any concealer on my nose. Put this on my nose a little bit. I just wanted to see how it would wear on my nose as well, because my nose is definitely like one of my problem areas. So let's just leave it like that. And we will give this at least like 6 hours, 8 hours, and I'll come back and show you guys how it wore. I'm really excited about this. I mean, so far, so good. I think it really looks beautiful and it feels just beautiful on the skin. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so this is the end of the night and this is how the makeup wore. So you can check it out. It actually wore pretty well. It's rubbed off a pretty good bit around my nose, but that's pretty normal for me. And then I had to, throughout the day, just press out my lines sometimes. It wasn't really on my forehead after I set that with powder. That didn't really have any other lines, but I did notice them here and then often like right here, but that actually might not be the foundation at all. That's probably more of like the highlighter and blush combination. So I had to push those out throughout the day, but other than that, I think it looked really good and it still looks good. So I approve of this. I'm excited. The color match was really great for me. I think it felt really moisturizing. My face didn't feel dry at all throughout the day. And I think it left like a skin-like glowy finish. But for me, I definitely had to set it. So that's it. That's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.